13-year-old Aiden Pace is spending his summer like a lot of teen boys. Earning allowance and doing what little brothers do.
I'll go to my sister's room and just sit there and bug her.
He's played this game 4 times.
He was just 10 when he came out to his family as transgender.
10? Sure. Why not? Could have done it when he was 5, right? They all know.
How would you describe what you were going through in 5th grade?
In 5th grade. 5th grade.
I still don't really have the words.
Like you're supposed to be thinking about astronauts and baseball or climbing trees, fucking building Legos or something. That's the type of shit child's brains are wired for, not stuff like transgender. Your brain ain't ready for that at 5th fucking grade.
I just didn't feel like I was a girl.
What does being a girl feel like? Nobody ever explains that part. I just didn't feel like a girl, so therefore I had to be a boy. If I don't feel like I'm a girl, well, I've got to be a boy then, right? No, just feel like yourself. Being yourself does not entail you feeling of one gender or the other. You being yourself is just you being yourself. What are the things you enjoy to do? Do those things.
How did that conversation go, Mom?
He actually wrote me a letter and brought it to me. I think probably from about the time he was 2, there was always that thinking that this would be our reality someday.
From 2 years old, you had the thought that this will be your reality one day? That's fucking scary to imagine a mother saying that about their 2-year-old child. If that was a thought that you had when he was 2 or she was 2, why not just fucking explain to her that she can be anything she wants to be? You can only be you. Medication does not make you you.
I did not know any trans people before we started this journey. I learned from him.
Oh, that's rule number 1. You don't learn much of anything from your child, least of all this transgender bullshit. That's the last thing an adult should be learning from a 5th grade fucking child. God forbid she fucking got taught this shit from some goddamn ideologue teacher. Come home with it, and all of a sudden mom's like, okay, well tell me all about it. I'm sure this 22-year-old ideologue fucking teacher that spun this little girl out of whack has got all the answers, right? I'm sure. It's heartbreaking to imagine, just the mess that they'll spin these kids up in.
With the support of his mom, Debbie, and his whole family.
Oh, that had to have been mom and granddad. Ain't no dad around. Guarantee it.
Aiden began medically supervised gender-affirming care.
And gender-affirming care, that's the biggest gaslight on a fucking planet.
And what was it like for you knowing that you were starting treatment?
Treatment.
I was really excited. I begged her all day to let me stay home so I could be at home the first day.
Oh, Lord. Spectrum Health. You don't go there for nothing. If you want to figure something out that you might have mentally going on with you wrong, don't go to a fucking place that has a rainbow flag on the logo on the outside of the building.
We are doing everything that we can to make sure.
How that ain't a red flag to half of y'all? It shouldn't have been pride flags or rainbow flags. It should have been just fucking blatant big red flags. You start seeing flags like that anywhere, it's a fucking red flag. They are set in stone, fucking lock, stock, fucking barrel, fucking ideologues.
All of our patients have access to care.
Aiden's treatment has been administered under the watchful eye of Joey Knoll's team at Spectrum Health.
This motherfucker got a rainbow U.S. flag. If you saw motherfuckers with their whole house of "Don't Tread on Me" flags, what would you say to that? I know what you would say to that. You say that motherfucker's crazy. This motherfucker got flags everywhere in his fucking office. Jesus Christ, you're a healthcare office.
A non-profit clinic that specializes...
You mean these motherfuckers do this without getting paid? You mean that dude is in that building right now, ain't taking a paycheck, right? Because I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling fucking bullshit to the max of fucking bullshit.
...in treating the LGBT plus community.
I thought there should be better options for primary care for LGBTQ people.
But here in Aiden's home state of Florida, the healthcare he says makes it possible to live as his true self.
You going to a gender-affirming clinic to get on cross-sex hormones is not you living your fucking true self. How did y'all fucking get this crossed in your heads? Thinking, oh, well, I want to be my true self, which is another person.
Is under threat.
Shame on you!
In fact, in many parts of the country, efforts to ban gender-affirming care for minors have taken hold.
Indiana is taking steps to ban gender-affirming care for people under 18.
Good.
Lawmakers passed a bill out of committee that would ban gender-affirming care for minors.
Even better.
At least 20 states have passed laws banning medical or surgical treatment for transgender youth.
Yes. Let's get all 50. Let's get all fucking 50. Come on, 30 more.
6 of those bans have either been temporarily or permanently blocked.
Oh, that won't last for long. Because I'll tell you, just that little small percentage of people of which y'all are, everybody else is that much. Y'all are that much, everybody else that don't like it is that much. All them 6 will join the other 20, then it'll be 26. And then it's just 24 more. Like, there's a couple of them where y'all motherfuckers just won't let it go. But the rest of the country, with the rest of the reasonable folks, that shit's done. That shit's over. Finito.
Lawmakers supporting the bills argue they're protecting children.
Minor children suffering from gender dysphoria, they need appropriate mental health care.
Yes, they need appropriate mental health care, not a gender-affirming clinic. That's the last thing these fucking children need, is to go into some ideologue's office where they fucking want to give you cross-sex hormones and tell you, no, you can change your sex to the other sex. Because them motherfuckers are clueless.
Not body mutilation.
Amen. Not fucking body mutilation. Because that's what it is. Because, bro, these doctors ain't gonna fucking make you into the other sex. All the cross-sex hormones in the world, all of them, you can fucking shovel them down your throat and you'll never be the other sex. There ain't a plastic surgeon on this fucking planet who can fucking take a dick and turn it into a vagina. There ain't a one. And even if they get you one, it might look a little like it. You ain't never gonna get a real man that'll treat it like one. It can't be used as one. Like, that's another fucking planet of insanity. That's like fucking wow insanity.
I vote no.
While critics say these bans are more harmful than helpful.
Gender-affirming care saves lives.
Wrong. Fucking so goddamn wrong that I wouldn't even know how to break that down to you if you believed it. Gender-affirming care will not save your life. Whatever issues it is that you might have, one of the many multitudes of issues that you could possibly have, and you're now thinking cross-sex hormones and affirmation of the other sex will be your cure, I'm sorry that you believe that. You just need to accept who you are. Just accept who you are. You could do all the things that you still want to do as a person, but if you're a girl and only like to do boy things, do that. Don't fucking ruin your body with these drugs that these pharmacies are making billions off of. Just be yourself.
There are risks to any medical treatment, but gender-affirming care is supported by a number of medical groups, like the American Medical Association.
They're fucking ideologues ready to make bank. They're ready to get rich. They're gonna get the money while they can. By the time you motherfuckers realize that all this shit was fucking bamboozlement, they all gone. They've already retired and fucking living out Barbados, while y'all motherfuckers left to pick up the damaged pieces. I don't give a fuck what these bullshit ideologue medical organizations say. They're liars.
As safe and medically necessary.
The treatment options for gender-affirming care
like this dude
for transgender youth really are evidence-based.
Fuck you. That an adult would imagine that anything they're doing to a 5th grader is fucking anything based in evidence. That's based in ideologically driven insanity. That's all that is. You looking at this chick for answers. Don't.
Admiral Rachel Levine is a pediatrician.
I pity any child that went to that woman's doctor's office. Holy shit.
And the Assistant Secretary for the Department of Health and Human Services. She's the highest-ranking openly transgender federal official in the country.
So fucking what? What does that mean? Don't mean nothing.
What would you say to folks who think that they're being reasonable by saying, why can't children just wait till they're 18?
Adolescence is hard and puberty is hard.
You're right. Adolescence and puberty is hard for a child. There's a lot of bodily changes going on and they're maybe not ready for it, or they're not expecting it, or it's such a change that it's drastic. I get it. You are absolutely right. Puberty and adolescence is hard on a child.
What if you're going through the wrong puberty?
No. Giving them cross-sex hormones that confuses the inside of their body to not know what the fuck is going on. You're fucking putting opposite sex hormones into your body during puberty, thinking, oh, well, now I'm going through the right puberty. Like, can you imagine the thought process that thinks that that's the fucking right thing? And yet these people hop on here talk about gender affirming care is evidence-based? Bro, that's fucking gaslight to the fucking moon, dude.
What if you inside feel that you are female, but now you're going through a male puberty?
That is your true self going through puberty, which is natural, which is what's supposed to fucking happen. Not these foreign fucking substances or opposite gender fucking hormones. That ain't your true self. That ain't your fucking right puberty. That ain't your fucking nothing. It's destruction. It's absolutely stunting the growth of everything that you'll need to live a long, healthy fucking life.
The argument is, well, they're too young to know.
They are too young to know shit. We don't let them do nothing fucking else. God forbid, especially a life-altering, motherfucker can't go get your fucking ears pierced without your fucking mom's approval. But yet we're gonna fucking give them foreign substances? Talk about it's evidence-based? Bro, like, yo, you motherfuckers are evil. You motherfuckers are fucking evil, dude.
I want to make it clear that for prepubertal children, there are no medical procedures done.
You're fucking lying. Prescribing medications that are foreign hormones to a male's natural fucking puberty is a medical fucking procedure. May not be fucking surgery or any of that other bullshit, but bro, yo, you're fucking making changes. You're making fucking irreparable, irreversible changes to a child's fucking body.
The standard of care allows them to explore that.
Oh no, you could explore your opposite true self, right? Yeah, no, explore while we fucking destroy half of your fucking body.
With therapy.
When you speak out against these bills, what do you cite as the harm?
Well, gender-affirming care is medical care.
Gender-affirming care is fucking anti-care. It's the opposite of care. It is full-blown fucking not care.
Gender-affirming care is mental health care.
No! How these motherfuckers are in the positions they're in. And then y'all do this fucking segment and talk to her as if like she's any reasonable motherfucker or something. This is as unreasonable can fucking be.
Gender-affirming care is literally suicide prevention care.
No, it's not. It isn't. These motherfuckers got so many fucking issues. Like, it's just not gonna work. It will never work out the way you fucking hope it will. You might get your immediate people around you to accept you and to affirm you, but the rest of the world won't. The people who don't know you, that have no reason to fucking affirm anything that you walk around demanding people affirm, you're lumping on more issues onto the issues you're already dealing with. Like, it's heartbreaking when I think about it, that these motherfuckers that are already dealing with shit add shit to it. You're just adding, you're lumping more and more issues on top of one another to where now it's just a mountain of issues at this point.
So back here is Henry's room, which is pretty much the way he left it.
As he left it.
So, of course, the last line Rachel Levine says is gender-affirming care is self-deletion prevention. And now I'm going to assume we're going into a story about one who deleted themselves, right? You guys are terrible with the way y'all frame this stuff. You just tug on heartstrings and tug on heartstrings to where you just hope people get so blinded by the emotion that they've invested in hearing these stories that they just, go ahead, do whatever you want. That sounds terrible and I don't want to be responsible for that, so just do whatever you want. The doctors say this is help.
It looks like a pretty classic teenage kid's closet.
What did you expect going into the room? Like, did you expect like this motherfucker's living on the moon or something? Fucking space thrusters or something under his bed? Like, they're just fucking other kids. God damn, like I'm just wondering, like, what the fuck did you expect to see in here?
This is one of the last pictures that was taken of him.
In Kentucky, a mother's worst fear realized. Karen Berg is reflecting on her son's life in his empty bedroom.
He loved to do art. He was a beautiful knitter.
Beautiful, wow.
No, he
That's
was
very detailed.
But she's not only a mom, she's a Kentucky state senator.
Oh, okay. Of course she's a senator, right? Of course she's a lawmaker, right? Of course she's fucking Democrat through and through. Let's give her this fucking 5-minute segment that's just tugging on everybody's heartstrings to think, yeah, that'll change somebody's mind, right? Not mine. It's terrible. It's heartbreaking, and my heart breaks to think of a mother who lost their child because of these things.
Who watched her trans son, Henry, embrace his identity.
He played in his high school band. I mean, the kid double majored in political science and history.
One of the most worthless fucking majors there ever was. Just raising fucking training ideologues. Regressive fucking stormtrooping, black boot wearing, brown shirt loving motherfucking ideologues. Train them, send them out, burn it down.
Minored in Jewish studies at George Washington University.
It's fucking heartbreaking. I know you, half y'all probably take me as fucking being a straight asshole about some of this shit. But my heart does break for anybody that's dealing with this stuff. And that would ultimately choose the choice of self-deletion. I can't imagine the struggles and the dilemmas that they would have had going on in their head to ultimately make that decision. But gender-affirming care ain't what helps it. Gender-affirming care destroys a fucking life.
Good boy.
Henry was 13 when he came out publicly. She says the backlash was fierce.
It was bad.
13-year-old children are bad because they're children. They don't know. Most of these kids don't know no better. Or maybe they do, but they just don't care because they're fucking kids. It's way too fucking early to be introducing this stuff to these children. And then least of all thinking, that all the kids around them are just going to accept it and affirm them. Most kids aren't. Man, kids will fucking crack on other kids if their mother dies or something. Kids are treacherous little fucking people. Even with good guidance and right parents and a good family home and stuff, sometimes these kids just are fucking mean. And it's sad to imagine, but it's just, what do you think's gonna happen? You're introducing a 13-year-old child to his school of other kids to where none of them are like it. They're all the opposite of you. What do you think children are gonna do? Okay, it's a trans boy, so was born a girl. And let's just say, she was a tomboy or something. Or just real boyish in a lot of ways. Just let her be that. Just let her fucking be that as a girl. You can still be all the things that you want to be. But taking cross-sex hormones don't make you a boy. And the sooner, you realize that, the much, much easier, your fucking life will be. Just be yourself. Be you. There is no other you. You are it. You are the only one.
It was bad. The child came out. First week of school, December, was his first suicide attempt.
So he came out and within a month or two, he was ready to delete himself? Get him mental help. Don't affirm the delusions that he's having. That isn't help. That's reinforcing all the twisted things that he has about himself. God, it's heartbreaking to think of that. Okay, my child is going through these things where they believe they're the other gender. Let's have him talk to somebody who can make him broaden how he's looking at the world or how he's looking at himself. Not just lock onto this, we'll just give him these pills and affirm his delusions. And that will solve it, right? It won't. It only deepens that hole. It's so fucking sad to imagine.
8 weeks later.
2 months, within 2 months.
And what he told me is that he thought when he came out, that everything would fit into place.
It will never fall into place. All the things that child is dealing with all the gender issues, most other children are dealing with too. They're all growing up. They're all going through the same things. They're all a bundle of mess at that time, at that age. Why would you think that adding that, and when he came out, that it would just all fall into place? It never will.
That all the kids would realize why it was that he had never fit in. And instead, what happened is he was all alone.
God, I'm really trying not to come across as the asshole here, because this is truly a serious situation, and my heart breaks for this mother to imagine her child has done this. But that'll never be the case. What your trans son thought would happen, and all the children would just then accept him as the new child that he wishes to be. It's just delusional. I'm really trying to preface this with just the fact that my heart really does break here. But that's wrong. You thinking changing your gender will now in turn have all the children accept him and everything will fall into place is not the reality. That is delusion to the moon, man.
This is Henry at 16, speaking out in front of Kentucky state lawmakers.
Look at what you have your 16-year-olds spending their time doing. Let them be a kid. This is the age in which, you should be trying to get your license, get a car, maybe start thinking about getting a job, maybe think about going to college, all these other things. You're putting them in a suit and tie, going in front of the state legislature, advocating for stuff. Let your kid be a kid. Can you imagine the pressures that are on his shoulders when like he's thinking that he needs to go in front of the state legislature to fight for something where everything he's already dealing with is not healthy? All the people not accepting him dealing with all the issues and the thoughts of self-deletions. And now you're under the impression that him fighting for that thing is what's right. You're so twisted in what's right, what ain't, what you should be doing, what you're doing, and the in-between. You've completely 180'd everything.
Unfortunately for me and other trans kids, going to the bathroom can be a scary experience. When I use the boys' room, there's no problem. When I have to use the girls' room, I was constantly harassed and picked on.
Like, these are the issues that you're bringing upon yourself with these things. Like, is the whole thought, okay, well, the one kid who thinks that they're the other gender, the whole school now needs to be dictated how they should handle it. I mean, I'm sure half y'all believe that, but that's not the real world. Once you start talking about people, humans, children, if you're trying to get the easiest path forward in life around people, you being everything no one is not the way to go about doing that.
I was looking at these people and I was like, wow, how did you get to be a Kentucky state senator? And why are you the person that gets to decide where my kid can be? I just decided this was the seat I was going to run for.
You shouldn't have won it. You should have stuck to doing whatever it was that you were doing, because you doing this is everything not helping.
As a college student, Henry worked on his mom's state Senate campaign out of their basement and went on to work for the Human Rights Campaign.
Human Rights Campaign is absolute dog shit.
But last winter, Henry took his own life. He was 24.
24? That's fucking heartbreaking. And then, you just think, I mean, I'm 42 now. Like, it took me getting to about 27, 28 before I actually fucking started to calm down, slow down, recognize, respect life for what it was. Everything before that was just almost childish immaturity, no responsibilities, just no cares. So I imagine, if he could have just got another year or two in him, he probably would have lived a long, healthy life. I imagine, I don't know. But that's just my thought when I hear 24. My first thought is like he was just so close to kind of reaching that age in which most people typically just reflect, center themselves, and kind of can look at life the way it really is, versus really that childish mentality of teens into early adults. It's sad. It's so sad.
What killed Henry?
He gave up on the world. He gave up on finding his place in it.
Why didn't you help clarify the world in which he lived? Like, that's your job as a mom. Teach him, show him, open that world up to him. Let him see that it's not all this. The world is not all these things that you're hung up on. The day you realize that you can only control yourself, that's the only thing, the only person you could ever control is yourself.
Do you think that the legislation across this country that is anti-trans contributes or has an impact in any way?
Fuck you and that dumbass fucking question. And especially what you're doing here, framing everything as anti-trans. God damn, y'all motherfuckers are just terrible people. Won't accept an ounce of your responsibility and the way you're framing this shit in this segment alone. How people will hear that are already kind of blinded with all this insanity and hear you and just be like, man, yeah, man, everybody's just anti-me. Nobody's anti-you. That's the way, you take it. Anybody can take anything the way they want. It don't make it right.
On the dehumanization of trans people.
Did you just say the dehumanization of trans people?
On the dehumanization of trans people.
Nobody's dehumanizing trans people. Y'all say people are dehumanizing trans people, but nobody's dehumanizing you. That's how you frame it. That's your framing.
There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt.
Oh, of course there's no doubt in your mind, right? Completely no responsibility. Zero responsibility on either of you, right? God, that's pathetic. You're shedding any responsibility that you have on yourself. That's exactly what you're doing with that. 100%.
The Kentucky legislature went back into session, with lawmakers filing 11 bills surrounding the LGBTQ+ community.
To say this is a bill protecting children is completely disingenuous.
If it protects 99.6% of children, but the 0.4% of the children don't like it, That is protecting children. It protects 99.6% of the children. It's the 0.4% of the children that you think it doesn't protect, right? Of course. I mean, but that's what you mean. That is what you mean. Because it does protect children. It protects the 99.6% of them. That they don't have to be twisted and involved in the 0.4% of the children that have all the confusions that want to change the world.
And to call this a parents' rights bill is an absolute despicable affront to me.
Because it's all about you. Like, it's so sad that you lost your child, and my heart breaks about that. But it's not just about you. It's about every fucking body. It's about the 100%. Not let's change the world for the 0.4%. It's heartbreaking, and I get it. You lost your child. It's terrible. But I don't care what's despicable to you. Like, it's all of us. It's everyone.
Personally.
In March, Kentucky State Bill 150 was signed into law. The bill mandates that students can only use restrooms designated for their sex assigned at birth.
Good.
It prohibits gender-affirming care for minors.
Even better.
And forbids teaching gender identity, expression, or sexual orientation to students.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. I'm all for it.
One supportive adult can make all the difference.
And then you go back to this one. And then you go back to Rachel fucking Levine. Jesus Christ. Take that fucking army suit off, whatever the fuck it is on that you got on. Like, you look ridiculous.
Now, one might hope that might be a parent or a relative. Sometimes it's a teacher or a coach or a religious advisor or someone else in their life.
Yo, if you really want to help children, let them be who they are. Teach them that who they are is who they are. That gender does not limit you. Your sex does not lock you into a box like half y'all want to think it is. If you want to be supportive to a child that's going through these things, explain to them how they are themselves. That being their true selves is just being themselves. Being their true selves does not entail taking opposite sex hormones. That's being supportive. That's gender affirmation. Gender affirmation care is letting them know that they are themselves, that they can't be someone else. They can't be who they wish they were. That's not gender affirmation. That's delusion affirmation. It's fucking truly mind-boggling to me that people like this Rachel Levine get a platform when she's fucking loony, ideologically driven, partisan, biased, locked, loaded, full-fledged, fucking waving pride flags like this. From the moment they wake up to the moment they fucking go to sleep. Fucking hanging a flag up above their bed, fucking while they're asleep. As a fucking pride fucking dream catcher or something. Like, how y'all motherfuckers that got this twisted shit in your fucking head, thinking you're helping in the 5th fucking grade. Like, how does a child even get that shit in their mind? Like, you know it was a teacher. You know it was something they seen on TikTok. Or some bullshit segment that ABC fucking nightly news ran about fucking how this is the answer to any child who doesn't feel like they're themselves. Like, that's all children. All fucking children go through that stuff in adolescence, going through puberty. It's changes. It's the one true, real big change in their entire lives. There won't be another, maybe short of a woman going through pregnancy or something. 100% of children should and will go through puberty because that's important to the rest of their lives. Like, it blows my mind to think that some people imagine blocking puberty is more valuable than puberty itself. Like, that's fucking asinine. That's ignoring human fucking history. I swear, like, y'all motherfuckers swear that you've just, like, thought up the next piece of evolution or something with this bullshit. Like, it's regressive. It's fucking regressive. Now I see fucking Rachel goddamn Levine. Man, don't ask that woman for shit. Fucking send that woman back home. Send her back where the fuck she come from. Let her fucking run around town in her little suit fucking thinking she's just the most goddamn important person on the world. Get the fuck out of here.